Bienvenidos a Los Ángeles. Welcome back, my friends. Forget what you know about this place. We play a different game. Some play the hero. Some play the villain. Everyone's a play. For the first time ever, the best of two leagues. Rivalry at the next level. Best versus best. Where else could this go down? Welcome to a new tradition. Representa tu Liga.
Yeah. Okay.
Hello, everybody.
I'm Camille.
Hey, thank you. Gracias, Mr. Mayor. Thank you. All right. Yeah, as you can see, we all, well, first of all, my name is Jaime Camilo. Welcome to media members and guests that are here with us in person at Bank of California Stadium in Los Angeles. And also welcome to those joining from around the world through our digital platform. We are all here together because we have been vaccinated.
Yes.
Yes, so we can mingle and touch and hug each other. So please, I encourage you all to get the vaccine so we can get back to normal and go back to full stadiums in order to return to experience football the only way it should be, with full stadiums and supporters chanting and rooting for their teams. I would like to introduce the speakers for today's event, and I'll appreciate if we could hold the applause until the end of the list, please. Thank you. We have MLS Commissioner Don Garber, Liga MX President Mikel Arriola, LA Mayor Eric Garcetti, LAFC.
He did it.
I will have done it.
Thank
but
you.
it's,
Appreciate it.
LAFC owner Larry Berg, LAFC President and CBO Larry Friedman, and City Councilman for District 9, Curran Price, also the leader of the District 9 Ultras.
Yes, exactly.
Right? All right. Well, this wonderful stadium brings so many memories. First and foremost, as you know, it's Pride Month. And as many of you know, the bank, as we locals like to call it, has to be one of the most inclusive and welcoming stadiums in the world. And just like this incredible city does, we open our doors, especially our arms and hearts, to every religion, sexual orientation, color, and cultural background you can imagine. So everyone should know that every single day, and especially on August the 25th, each and every one of you will be welcome to the Bank of California Stadium. Also, this is home to the best football team in the world. And of course, I'm talking about Mi Glorioso, LAFC. Thank you. I mean, okay, rough season, ¿no? Pero pues, cantamos en las buenas y en las malas.
Claro.
But let me remind you that in 2019, we broke every single MLS record in a single season. And with the help of three-time MLS Coach of the Year, Bob Bradley, who will be coaching the MLS All-Star team this year, we brought home the 2019 Supporters Shield. We've had iconic games here, like when we beat the Galaxy 5-3. That's the other LA team, no? And I had a personal thing with Zlatan Ibrahimovic, which I'm not going to go into detail right now.
We don't have to get into that.
No. We also came back from behind when we beat León 3-0, which of course took us to the CONCACAF Champions Final against Tigres, defeating in the way two more Liga MX giants, Club América and the current champion, finally, Cruz Azul. And of course, The North End over there is home to my family, the 3252. The LAFC fans and supporters, that's not only a supporter section, but it's a community and soul of this stadium. Our team and every single LAFC fan out there. If you've experienced a game here at the bank, you know what I'm talking about. And precisely, we are here today for a very special announcement that is a celebration of this stadium. And with that, I would like to introduce MLS Commissioner Don Garber.
Thank you, Jaime. I promised Mikel that we were going to have a host that knew as much about Liga MX as he did MLS, but I didn't know that he was a season ticket holder for LAFC. So great to have you. Great to have you here. Boy, it is hard to believe that it's been a year, a little bit over a year since we were here talking about bringing this unprecedented All-Star game here to the city of Los Angeles. You know, we've always believed that the MLS All-Star game is unique because it is a game that really does matter. We've played against world-class clubs. We've played in so many different unique formats. And as we have been working for so long to develop this really powerful, really valuable, and really important partnership with Liga MX, we thought the best way to show the best of soccer in this part of the world was to get our best players together and play in the MLS All-Star game. And then obviously the pandemic hit and we had to take a year's break. We came to Los Angeles with this concept because this is a city that has soccer or football at its core. It is one of the great soccer cities in the entire world. Some of the biggest events that have ever taken place in our sport have happened right here in Los Angeles. 2 World Cup finals in '94 and in '99 with the Women's World Cup Championship. We've had All-Star games, we've had Gold Cup finals, we've had multiple championship games, and we obviously have 2 great teams, LA Galaxy and our great host, LAFC, and 2 beautiful world-class stadiums with Dignity Health and the Bank. This is one of the most spectacular showcases for our sport, and I will say it's one of the great stadiums of its size anywhere in the world, and I can't think of a better place to have this special showcase for the best in our 2 leagues, Major League Soccer and Liga MX. I want to say that to my friend and partner, Mikel Arriola, we learned so much from Liga MX. This is a league that has been developing the game and being such a popular league and such an important league driving this sport globally for so many years. And over the years, we've been working together to try to see how we can bring our 2 leagues together and do things that will be beneficial for the sport, to take this region and make it one of the more powerful regions in the world. How could we make our confederation more influential? And how could we cater to this incredibly passionate fan base? So I think you'll see in the end of August a game that will show the best of our sport, the best of our 2 leagues. It'll be a celebration for many days. It's not just the game. There'll be charitable events. There'll be a showcase of our all-stars doing things in skills and showing what we can do off the field. And I think it will bring to your great city, Mr. Mayor, and to my friend, the council person, the best of our sport. So I want to say on behalf of everyone at Major League Soccer, and Mikel will do the same on behalf of Liga MX, we're so excited to be back. Our leagues are back. We're back on the field. We have fans in our stadiums, and the best is yet to come. So I really thank everybody for their support. So now I'm supposed to be, I think, introducing.
Yes.
Is it you or Mikel?
You are the commissioner.
You know what? But you are the super fan, and nobody is like you. I'm going to bring you back on stage.
Yes, we have full stadium, June 19th, right? June 19th, Larry, full stadium. Yes. Buy your tickets. This is not an advertising, Larry, but thank you. Yes, do buy your tickets. Thank you, Commissioner. Sounds exciting, that game. Now I want to bring to the stage LAFC owner Larry Berg. Well, based on this, we can just. It's Arriola? Yeah. This was, thank you for the, thank you. Sorry, Mikel. Mikel, I think it's your turn, Mikel. I'm sorry.
Thank you, Jaime. It would be great to own the team, Larry. So thank you very much. Thank you very much to everyone, Mr. Major. Thank you. It's a pleasure to be here in the wonderful city of Los Angeles, where the warm reception makes me feel just like home. We are here to announce the 2021 All-Star Game between Liga MX and Major League Soccer MLS All-Star on August 25th, 2021. Two of the most important leagues in the world. Today's announcement is an important step in enlarging Liga MX international agenda and strengthening the binational relationship in sports and specifically soccer between Mexico and the United States. The All-Star Game will join Campeones Cup, launched in 2018, and Leagues Cup, launched in 2019, in the roster of soccer events between MLS and Liga MX. We are establishing collaboration bonds with MLS, one of the most important football leagues in the world. MLS has experienced sustained growth in size and popularity as a consequence of Commissioner Garber leadership, and this, of course, makes us feel very proud. Soccer is the world's most popular sport with about 3.5 billion fans. It connects communities, generates emotions, and breaks cultural barriers. Players are its goodwill ambassadors, representing children's dreams and countries' hope for greatness. Mexico Liga MX is one of the most important leagues worldwide with respect to number of fans, television viewers, contribution to the country's GDP, and promotion of the sport nationally and globally. Liga MX, through its clubs, assets, and fans, has a total value of $2.2 billion. These numbers locate our industry within the top 10 industries contributing to Mexican GDP. It is the 10th largest worldwide league regarding fans, with 188 million and more than 242 million TV viewers in Mexico and in the US. Every season, Liga MX shows its administrative muscle by organizing almost 1,000 matches, which represent a daily average of 2.5 games. The All-Star Game will make Liga MX numbers even higher. It will allow a deeper reach towards new audiences and increased penetration in the US market, where 18% of the population, 60 million people, declare themselves fans of Liga MX. In the US, the majority of Mexicans stand behind Club América, Las Águilas, with 13.6 million fans, and Club Guadalajara, Las Chivas, with about 4 million fans. The above numbers are also driven by the great players who used to play in Liga MX, such as Javier Chicharito Hernández and Carlos Vela. Both of them play here in Los Angeles. Others such as Jonathan Dos Santos, Raúl Ruiz Díaz, Rodolfo Pizarro, Lucas Elarayán, Alan Pulido are doing their job in putting Liga MX's name high in the sky. This All-Star Game is highly anticipated by fans, as it will bring together the best players from both leagues, allowing for an exciting game and a spectacle. Para nosotros, todos los mexicanos, y para mí, la ciudad de Los Ángeles es única y muy querida. Me siento privilegiado y honrado de estar aquí dando el banderazo inicial a este gran evento. Lo más especial es sentir el calor humano de nuestros paisanos. Saludo aquí a nuestra querida cónsul general de México. Muchas gracias. porque aquí en Estados Unidos los mexicanos también jugamos de local. Muchas gracias.
Totalmente. Gracias, Mikel, presidente de la Liga MX. And now I would like to introduce LAFC owner Larry Bird.
Thank you. Thank you, Jaime. And thank you for being our LAFC's number one super fan. And thank you, Mr. Commissioner and Mr. President. It's truly an honor to be here. On behalf of Bennett Rosenthal, Brandon Beck, Peter Guber, and all of our other partners, it is my privilege to welcome you all to the bank for another historic moment. When we invested in Major League Soccer and decided to build this stadium right here in the heart of Los Angeles, we knew we would have the opportunity to host major exciting events such as the MLS All-Star Game. But being able to host this game under these circumstances exceeds all of our expectations. This will be the 25th All-Star Game played in MLS history, and to have it be the best of both great leagues playing in Los Angeles just makes this so special, especially when the MLS wins. What really excites me is the opportunity for all of our fans, supporters, and everyone who loves the game in our city to celebrate and showcase the Los Angeles football experience to the world. We are excited and grateful for the opportunity to host this one-of-a-kind event. Thank you. Speaking of one of a kind, I would now like to introduce you to the great mayor of Los Angeles, Eric Garcetti.
Well, very good morning, Larry, and thank you so much. It's great to be in the bank here today, to be able to come together and to see each other face to face, to be able to feel the progress that we've made after a painful and traumatic year. I couldn't be filled with more joy in this glorious stadium that frames the downtown, the heart of this amazing city. Thank you, to all the owners, to the other Larry I'm about to introduce for the great work that you have done to really inspire this city and to help us get through this pandemic. And you mentioned, Jaime, my dear friend, about get vaccinated, vacúnate. It is so important for us each to get our vaccines. And in fact, this week, if you've put it off, you can win season tickets to LAFC if you get vaccinated. And no, you can't come back for another vaccine if you've already gotten it. But come tell your friends, those folks who've been working so hard. We've got locations, including Union Station, we just set up yesterday, from 8 to 8, Monday through Saturday. We've got mobile clinics. We want to see more and more people hugging, celebrating, businesses reopening. We want life back. The only silver lining of this pandemic is we get to announce this All-Star Game twice. And for me, it's near and dear because it really represents who we are in the heart of a city. As a fan, as a proud mayor, we learned so many things in this year past of what we missed, being together in spaces and places like this, human contact and competition. It was here at the end of 2019 that America's newly crowned top soccer city, the #1 football city in America, announced that we would have the MLS All-Star Game here in Los Angeles. But we had no idea what was right around the corner. We had no idea the year of loss that we would feel. The All-Star Game, like so many things in our lives, was put on hold. But now we are back. And by the way, this town has stepped up. It's been great to see partners like LAFC help us with the pandemic response. About 65% of this city, of folks over 12 years old, have gotten at least one shot on their way to 2 for a few. We are reaching a place where we have 98% fewer cases each day than we had at the peak just a few months ago. And so we are preparing for the world to come here, to see our top players take the pitch and put on a show and for the game. And we had a preview, and my dear friend, Consul General Solorio, I know we were both cheering this week, but what a great victory it was. Great play on both sides at CONCACAF, and to see the US win for the first time since 2013. Thank you for sharing a little with us because it's been a long time, but what an amazing victory, un clásico for sure. And the outstanding leaders that are here today, including Curran Price, who's been an exceptional leader for this district. When we think about the holy hallowed space that we're in, not only because of the memories inside this stadium, but the Coliseum, which has hosted 2 Olympics and will host a 3rd in just a few years, this All-Star Game coming, then a Super Bowl coming, then the MLB All-Star Game coming. This is going to be a great year for Los Angeles. And yo quiero dar mis gracias también a Mikel Arriola, el presidente de Liga MX. This is a Mexican and an American city. As a Mexican-American, I'm proud because we're going to win no matter what. And it's confusing. We'd have Mexicans playing on the American side. We might have some Americans playing on the Mexican side. And Angelinos will win no matter what, even as we root for MLS to win. Don't worry, Commissioner. And thank you, Commissioner, for all the times you've been here and all the love and support you've given this great city over the years. And we're so proud that with two great teams here in Los Angeles, only one in the city of Los Angeles, I will say that, that have for a long time brought young people into the sport, that have shown also now with Angel City coming to this stadium, girls and women. It's such a great moment for us all. And I want to thank Kathleen Schlossman, the President and CEO of LA SEC, Adam Burke, our President and CEO of LATCB, and our Consul General. Thank you for the way that we have worked together to make sure we're going to bring people to Los Angeles and from Los Angeles to the world. And so finally, let me just say this. We know the healing power of sports, and we need it now more than ever. We need to feel that spirit, este espíritu, that fraternity, that we can come together and see each other, see folks exploding smoke bombs in the far reaches of the bank, make a deposit in this bank of goodwill, of love, of restoration, and of health. And trust me, Los Angeles is ready. So with that, let me hand it over to a great friend and the man who makes LAFC work. And yes, it is the most exciting team in the most exciting stadium anywhere in America. Please welcome the Co-President, Chief Business Officer of LAFC, Larry Friedman.
Thank you, Mr. Mayor, and thank you, Commissioner Garber, President Arriola, and all of our elected officials who have joined us here today, as well as our neighbors here in Expo Park, the Coliseum Commission, and the Consul General for Mexico for Los Angeles. From our club's inception, we set out to unite people in this city through the sport of football and to be a force for good in everything we do. For our club, in that context, it is very exciting to think about what this event means for our community. This event, which will be the first major international event in Los Angeles at full capacity in well over a year. It will unite people and leave a legacy of positive community impact in a way that only football can. And not only will this be a showcase of the best in our game from the top leagues in North America, it will be a showcase of what we believe to be among the best independent supporters unions in global football, the 3252. And I see you, who always bring 90+ minutes of unbridled passion to the celebration of football, its diversity, the community it builds, and the pride that comes with being an Angelino. For our club and our community, we look very forward to that highly emotional moment in just 10 days when this venue will return to full capacity for the first time since March 8th of 2020. Similarly, for our club, our community, and our city, we are honored to be hosting this truly special international event in August, which will mark another emotional milestone for the city of Los Angeles on the other side of what has been an incredibly challenging 15 months. I would now like to introduce you to a great friend, a great partner, a man who supported the vision for this club and this beautiful venue from when it was just a dream and has been in lockstep with us ever since. The leader of the new ninth, City Councilman Curran Price.
Thank you, Larry. Good morning. I am proudly serving as the representative here in the new ninth, 250,000 citizens. And of course, that includes folks from the 3252 Club and the Ultras, of course. But I just want to start by giving a special shout out to the commissioner, our LAFC friends, our mayor, of course, and our special guest, Liga MX. You know, as the saying goes, good things comes to those who wait. And after the past year we've had, I believe that we certainly are deserving, well deserving of the announcement that we're making today. You know, the magnitude of having the MLS All-Star game played for the first time here is just what we need. Don't you agree? That's just what we want to hear. When my district became the official home of a Major League Soccer franchise in 2016, we knew that it would bring about an incredible opportunity for the community. And fast forward today, it presents itself with even more significance. Again, one filled with hope and a sense of revitalization for all of us that are here today. This game is already marked, it has a history of, as a game that never gives up, because our people never give up when faced with unparalleled challenges. And again, while bragging rights are on the line, one thing we know for certain, and that is this is not just a game for us, but it's a symbol of our ability to face challenges and to emerge even stronger for it. So for the All-Star team and All-Stars from Liga Mexico, we want to look forward to your making history right here in LA again. And again, we just want to say, may the best league win. Thank you.
Thank you, Councilman Price. Thank you so much. All right. For our media members, before we open it up to questions from our media here on site and also those online, we will first have a photo opportunity on stage with all of our distinguished speakers.
Larry, I'll teach
Tell us when you're ready.
Larry, I'll teach you a trick. Put your hand on the ball.
There
They
you
can't
go.
cut you out of the photo.
Symmetry's good.
Come on, get in here. Hi, man.
All right. Thank you so much.
Great.
Now we have the mayor, please, in the
Okay.
middle.
All right, Mayor. It's an old game, Mayor, in the middle.
Thank you very
Like monkey in the middle, but it's
Oh, here.
Good.
much. You want to start with that, or-
Yes,
Sure.
Come on.
Yeah.
I'm not gonna say no to that.
Yeah.
Go ahead.
Great.
Okay.
Thank you.
Thank you. Okay.
Now back.
Thank you.
Awesome.
We done?
Okay, thank you so much. Now
Okay.
you're gonna leave Jose
Yes, sir.
Arriola and Commissioner Garber.
Just for,
Just the two of you
There you
for
go.
Q&A.
okay.
For Q&A, okay. Okay.
Great to see you.
Good to see you as well.
Love
Everything.
love to
And
keep in touch and
Either way.
good luck.
All this interesting stuff on that front.
So the pictures are done? All right. All right, pictures are done. Now we're going to go to your questions for the members of the media who are here with us today. A los miembros de la prensa que están con nosotros, vamos a empezar con sus preguntas. Oh,
I don't see her. Yes. I can barely see her.
You need to be. All right. Gracias, Commissioner and Presidente Liga MX. We have our first question here on site. Hi, can you please state your name and your affiliation?
Gracias,
Thank you.
Jaime.
Gracias.
Katia Casorena, ESPN. Mikel, y ahorita hago en inglés a Don Garber. Mikel, se habla mucho y lo mencionabas de cómo se busca cada vez más incrementar esta relación entre Liga MX y MLS. Está el Leagues Cup, Campeones Cup, ahora el All-Star Game. ¿Dónde colocar este nuevo evento que tienen en conjunto y los planes que además se tienen a futuro para seguir fortaleciendo este vínculo? And Don, I was asking Mikel about, we've been talking about it over and over, finding ways of just having this strong bond between MLS and Liga MX. Where do you assess this new event, the All-Star Game, and what do you look for in the future as well to keep on building this relationship?
¿Se oye? Muchas gracias por la pregunta. Nosotros estamos convencidos de que la Liga MX tiene una capacidad de crecimiento mayor a la que está hoy generando. Hoy crecemos más o menos al 5% al año. Queremos crecer como crece MLS, al 20% al año, porque crecer significa invertir más en los equipos para que se preste mejor espectáculo. Yo creo que ahí vamos. Y ahora con la gran ayuda de Don Garber, que es un gran socio nuestro, lo que estamos viendo es que ya en el corto plazo tenemos 3 elementos centrales entre las dos ligas. Esta propiedad que estamos planteando el día de hoy, que es el Juego de Estrellas, que a mí me da mucha ilusión porque es algo muy nuevo para el fútbol mexicano. No habíamos tenido este formato y creo que va a ayudar mucho. Después tenemos, obviamente, la Leagues Cup, ¿no? Y el campeón de campeones o el Campeones Cup. Entonces, para este año ya tenemos 4 cosas en Estados Unidos que nos van a ayudar muchísimo en la coyuntura primero respecto de los estragos del COVID. Nuestros equipos han sufrido mucho, han sufrido en sus finanzas y han sufrido en su ánimo. Venir a jugar a los Estados Unidos, a una ciudad como Los Ángeles, con estadios llenos, para nosotros es maravilloso. Pero también apostarle al corto, mediano y largo plazo en el crecimiento conjunto. Estamos seguros de que, distinto de la modalidad, vamos a seguir en esta ruta de crecimiento porque hay un ciclo positivo, un ciclo virtuoso. Mayor crecimiento, más inversión, ¿en qué? En talento, jugadores, básicamente los jugadores que podamos traer del extranjero, pero también fuerzas básicas, que es la gran apuesta de la Liga MX.
Let me just hold for sound.
So let me start by saying that every great journey starts with one small step. This small step started with Jorge Campos. You know, the connection between our leagues and the culture of our 2 countries goes back since the early days of Major League Soccer. It was just a few years after our founding when we had Superliga and Interliga. This was before the CONCACAF Champions League, when we had authentic competition amongst our clubs and other clubs in the region. So for many, many, many years, we've been working on ways that we can bring our leagues together to deliver on an opportunity that could allow Liga MX and MLS to grow our fan bases, to learn from each other on and off the field. And I think, very importantly, as I said in my remarks, to have our region become more important, more influential in the world of global football. There's no reason why CONCACAF can't at some point be as big as CONMEBOL or be as big as UEFA. And in order for that to happen, the 2 big leagues in this region need to collaborate together. And you'll see more and more opportunities for that, whether that's an expanded Leagues Cup, whether it's things that we'll do with our second teams, whether it's things that we'll do at the grassroots level or great events like our All-Star Game.
Thank you, Commissioner. Gracias, Mikel. We have another question. Yes. Perdón, it's very hard. No sé si se escucha bien, perdóname. Oh, perdón. Oh.
Good. Don, quick two over here. One, the timing is a little curious. Seeing that the MLS schedule, there's big rivalry games coming up a few days after. I just wanted to know a little bit behind the timing. And two, what is the build of the roster? How is that going to go?
Sure. Well, the timing was intentional. I mean, what could be a better way to capitalize on rivalry week than make it a rivalry period where we're talking about the rivalry between our two leagues? And that rivalry, I think, is reflected on the game that you saw this past weekend. You see it when we play in the Campeones Cup, and you're going to see it even more in the All-Star game. I think it's important to note that while the All-Star game has always been earlier in the year, we didn't know 30 days ago whether we would be able to have one. So we had to organize it at a time where we were right prior to the FIFA window, where it worked for the Liga MX schedule and worked for our schedule. Mikel will talk about how their players were selected. Our players have been selected the same way for many, many years. Our fans, our media, Bob Bradley, who will be the coach as the hosting coach. And together we'll put a team on the field that we hope will be a great competition, and hopefully we'll bring some hardware home for Major League Soccer.
Gracias.
Mikel, estamos a las puertas de ver una fusión de la MLS con la Liga MX con este anuncio.
Yo creo que distinto de la formalidad o de el adjetivo, digamos, yo creo que estamos ya dentro de un proceso de crecimiento permanente y constante en la participación de los equipos de la MLS y de la Liga MX conjunta. Creo que lo que estamos platicando el día de hoy se suma a lo que viene en este año y el siguiente, donde vamos a repetir y donde vamos a tener una versión también más fortalecida de la Leagues Cup. Entonces, no subrayemos el cómo, sino que subrayemos el consenso que hoy tenemos como Liga MLS, como Liga MX. Tenemos que seguir creciendo juntos, porque estamos en ruta de tener escalas que nuestros aficionados no se habían imaginado. Esas grandes escalas, con esta colaboración con Don, lo estamos logrando día a día y hay que ir midiendo también los crecimientos.
Gracias, Mikel.
Yes,
gracias.
Just wondering, we've seen in recent All-Star games, a young All-Star game, usually the night before. Is there a plan to do something similar to that? And if so, will it follow a similar format of MLS versus Liga MX?
So, Scott, there's going to be a number of different events that'll take place. There'll be a skills competition. We now, as you know, have our MLS Next tournament so that the youth program won't take place in and around the All-Star game for a wide variety of reasons. That doesn't mean forever. It's obviously related to the fact that we're still winding out of the pandemic. There'll be a number of parties and other events. We're going to bring our owners together, which will be unprecedented. We're going to have a dinner the night before with their ownership and our ownership. We're going to get the players together from both leagues and host a bunch of events in town. So it'll be a celebration of our two leagues, the culture of football. And I think very importantly too, Scott, the community events that we do every year with MLS Works will now be coordinated with Liga MX. We'll get our players, we'll get Mikel and myself and our respective staffs, and we'll announce a number of things that we'll do in the community.
Thank you, Don. Thank you very much. Thank you to all the journalists that are here with us. Today, we're going to move now to our Zoom journalists. We have a list here. I believe first question will come from Omar Flores from ESPN. Omar Flores, si nos escuchas de ESPN.
Hola, ¿qué tal? Buenas tardes. Para el presidente Mikel Arriola, ¿a qué se refiere con escalas que nuestros aficionados nunca se han imaginado? Y también se han pensado en ir juntos la Liga MX y la MLS a la Copa Libertadores, tomando en cuenta que actualmente aportan casi el 30% de jugadores para Copa América.
Gracias, Omar. Pues mira, ¿a qué me refiero con escala? A escala de crecimiento. En los últimos 12 años hemos tenido un crecimiento del 5% anual. Y yo creo que con la capacidad que tenemos como Liga MX, pero también como un actor muy importante en la CONCACAF junto con la MLS, pues podemos empezar a crecer al promedio de lo que crece Europa, que más o menos es el 12-13%, y también, ¿por qué no?, subirnos al ritmo de crecimiento de MLS, que es alrededor del 20% anual. A eso me refiero con la escala. Nuestro fútbol puede tener una escala mucho mayor en tamaño y eso nos va a permitir integrar muchos mejores elementos también de jugadores extranjeros como fuerzas básicas. Eso me refiero yo con el proceso de inversión dinámico con un crecimiento mayor. Creo que estamos en el momento donde podemos anunciar ese crecimiento distinto, esa escala distinta, y eso va a favorecer sin duda a los aficionados. Y bueno, creo que el tema de Libertadores es un tema que le compete directamente a la CONCACAF. La CONCACAF es la que con CONMEBOL pues tendrá que platicar respecto de la participación de sus distintas ligas en distintos torneos que no son de la propia confederación, y en eso nosotros estaremos muy atentos.
Gracias, Mikel. Vamos ahora con Felipe Cárdenas de The Athletic. Si nos escuchas, Felipe, en Zoom.
Sí, los escucho. Two questions. My first question is for Commissioner Garber. Commissioner, is this partnership at the All-Star Game level between MLS and Liga MX, is it a long-term plan? Can we expect to see this sort of partnership and this match be played in other U.S. cities? Perhaps could we see this game be played in Mexico City? What are the long-term plans? And then for Mikel, the same question. Like, how do you picture this? The development of the All-Star Game coming through, ¿cómo se va a escoger los jugadores de la Liga MX y cuál es el plan a largo plazo para este partido en particular? Thank you.
So, Felipe, the best way I can answer that is that this is just one leg on a stool that is going to be rolling out over the next couple of months and years with examples of the close collaboration between the two leagues. And whether the All-Star Game continues or a very expanded Liga Leagues Cup comes out of this, or things that we might do together with our development clubs, things we might be able to work together on youth programming and youth competitions. There's a wide variety of activities. And to me, the MLS All-Star Game is just one aspect of that. But listen, if this works out really well, as we continue to grow out and expand our relationship, there's no reason to think that it shouldn't continue, whether it's every year or it's every number of years. We'll just have to wait and see.
Coincido totalmente con Don. Hay gran flexibilidad. Lo importante es que generemos ese interés en el público. Yo estoy seguro que así será. Un gran evento como el de hoy. Y nosotros lo que vamos a utilizar para seleccionar a nuestros jugadores pues es el Balón de Oro. El Balón de Oro que antes eran los Citlalis, no sé si te acuerdas, Jaime, y ahora se convirtió en el Balón de Oro, que es un proceso donde hay participación de todo el entorno del fútbol para escoger a los mejores jugadores, cada uno en su posición, y también a los entrenadores. Yo aquí aprovecho para darle las gracias al equipo de la Liga, a Víctor Guevara, a su equipo, que han trabajado esto muchísimo con el equipo de Dan, pero de verdad ellos son los que arman el calendario, que no es trivial, no es fácil armar un calendario en un año como este, y les doy las gracias.
Gracias, Mikel. Tenemos dos preguntas más de Zoom. We have two more Zoom questions. Omar Villarreal from TV Azteca. ¿Nos escuchas, Omar? Vamos con Omar Villarreal de TV Azteca. ¿Perdimos a Omar o? Perdimos a Omar. Bueno, entonces vamos a la última pregunta, last question on Zoom. This is from Drake Hills from USA Today. Go ahead, Drake.
Yeah, thanks. This question is for Commissioner Garber. Obviously, as you've mentioned several times in your time here this afternoon, the growth in the relationship between Liga MX and MLS. Of course, with the Leagues Cup and Campeones Cup, in its inception, there have been multiple teams that have obviously expanded into MLS, which means growth for the league and more talent across the country. And since they were last played, obviously you have 3 teams that have expanded to leagues since 2019. So I'm just curious for you, Commissioner, on how this partnership could eventually, expose not only MLS but Liga MX in new markets. And do you think there's a fine line in perhaps giving some of their top players an opportunity to compete in this game, not only for the sake of their own performances throughout this season, but also for representing their new clubs? Thank you.
Well, there's always a careful balance on these things when you try to get the right formula together on how players are selected. How do you have a great game for fans and for a global audience? And how do you ensure that you're profiling your players? We'll work together with Liga MX on the rules, how many substitutions will there be, and what kinds of things can we do to provide more opportunities for players to be exposed to a global audience. It should be noted that this game will be broadcast in almost 200 countries around the world, and that it will be the only game of its type, that there's no other league that's done anything like this, our 2 leagues coming together. So we have a lot of work to do over the very short period of time, the next couple of months, to figure out ways that we can ensure we get all of the on-field aspects right to achieve our goals, but certainly the off-field aspects as well.
Amazing. Well, thank you very much, Commissioner Don Garber y Presidente de la Liga MX, Mikel Arriola. Thank you to all of those in attendance. With that, we will conclude our formal program. Thank you also to those joining online. For our media members on site, there will be additional opportunities to speak to our guests. So if you'll follow our volunteers to the field level, they will take you to the right place. Thank you very much.